So this is already your series-leading fourth win of the season, and there's still 15 races left to go. This is already the most wins you've had in a single season since 2020 now. So I'm wondering, what does this say about your level of competitiveness, and performance in general at this point in your career?
I mean, I love it. I just love that I'm able to still do it at a high level. Every morning when I wake up, I'm just hoping I still got what I had yesterday, and so you just never know when you get to this age, right? And I don't know, last night I was looking at the TV, it was a little fuzzy. I think I was just tired. But I was like, oh man, I'm not losing my eyesight, am I? So it's just, I get paranoid about little things, that might hamper my ability to do things at a high level at my job. But every time I get in and, like the first stage where I'm just driving through cars, it's like, we're still good.
Cole Cusimano with Arizona Republican Speed Freaks. Congrats, Denny. Yeah. So series leading fourth win. JGR finished 3 in the top 5, and all 4 of you guys were pretty much top 5 the entire day. Do you feel this was a statement victory and day overall for yourself and the organization?
When all your teammates are in the top 5 or top 6, it's a philosophy that your team is coming with to the racetrack. It could be their tires or whatever it might be. At that point, then there's a lot of pressure to be the best of them, and then there's a lot of pressure to not be the worst of them. So that's certainly when they're spread out through the field, and you got a 4-car team, and they're 1 through 20, and they're just spread out evenly. You can say, well, it's a setup thing, right? But when you got all cars that are that strong, you clearly did something right, and at that point, then you're racing 3 competitors that got the same thing that you got, and so at that point, you gotta show them who's boss.
You had mentioned on Victory Lane that you really used to struggle here, and now you've got back-to-back wins. What's changed over the years? What's changed about either you or about this track that's made you more successful?
Well, it's twofold. There's 2 things. One is obviously my driving. I've talked about that. Changing my style more to a Martin Truex and a Jimmy Johnson style, and the other is focusing on what I need to tell the team to make the car better. Identifying where I'm losing time, and then focusing on what I need to tell them to how I can go faster in that section of the racetrack. So just try not to get caught up too much in, NASCAR racing is an emotional game where it's just, you can really kind of get caught up in shit that doesn't matter. And so I just try to look at it from a very straightforward point of view, numbers point of view, find out where I'm bad, analyze what I'm doing, analyze the best, and then figure out how I can go faster like them, and then give that information to the team.
Go ahead, Davey.
Davey Siegel with SiriusXM. Denny, this is another W for the Captain Chaos category type of things. You say all the time, and it's apparent, that you do thrive in chaos, and even though on the surface, everything bubbling up like this for normal people, it should have the opposite effect that it's having on you. Time after time, you come through, you deliver. Why? How? Like everybody else, it should go the other way, but for you, this keeps happening. Can you explain as to why this is the case?
I'm just so highly competitive. I mean, that's the only way I can explain it, is that I just don't know if there's, anyone on the face of the earth that is more competitive than I am. I mean, I'm sure there is. I just don't know them. And so I just feel like when I'm tested, I'm going to give you a little more. And when you doubt me, I'm going to give you a little more. They had 3 shots at me and they couldn't do it. They had fresher tires, couldn't do it. And so it's just very gratifying, and I hype myself up in that process and while I'm in the game.